JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, teacher sentenced over 30 years for sexual assault and murder 13-year-old. A Kingston teacher has been sentenced to more than 30 years in prison for sexual assault and murder for 13-year-old girl. Sanju Maharaj, who was charged with the killing of 13-year-old Shanoya Ray, was sentenced on Thursday in the Home Circuit Court. Shanoya's remains were discovered inside Maharaj's bathtub on Wally Close, Kingston 6 on Friday, July 20, 2018. He had poured caustic soda and other chemicals on her body, causing it to deteriorate rapidly. He pled guilty to and was sentenced as follows: having sexual intercourse with a person under 16, 4 counts, 12 years imprisonment; murder, 21 years imprisonment; and trying to dispose of a corpse, 2 years in prison at hard labor. The sentences are to run consecutively. Illegal gun seized in Kingston, man arrested. The police are reporting the seizure of an illegal gun and ammunition and the arrest of a man on Crook Street in Kingston. The police report that cops were on operation in the area where several premises were searched. While the operation was being conducted, a man was held as he was observed attempting to hide an object, according to the police. The police say further investigation revealed it was a 9mm Arcus pistol and 9 9mm rounds of ammunition. He was subsequently arrested in connection to the seizure. His identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Spanish Town women in fear. Several women in war-torn communities in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, say they are fearful of venturing onto their verandas as they have been told that they are marked for death. One of these women, a senior, said that she has hardly eaten or slept in peace since she heard that her name is on the death list. The senior citizen, whose identity has been withheld, said the situation is causing her a great deal of distress. She said that she is afraid of even venturing to her gate. Night and day me in a fear. Me's a big woman. We have pitney with older than most of them young boys where I run up and down with gun. Me's afraid right now, not even me veranda me feel comfortable for go pan. From me ear said that my name the panel death list is like me turn fool, she said. At the time alone me try to get some sleep, but in the sound me hear me get paranoid, she added. The elderly woman said she has not visited her church in a month out of fear that she could be attacked and killed. Another woman said the death of a woman in the community recently has fueled her fears that she could be the target of gunmen. Me have to take taxi everywhere me go, and it is costing me a lot of money. Right now it's like everything trigger me fear. The other day me dey outside the gate and see 3 police jeep a drive come the road and run off. And I feel me never see a police, she said. When contacted for a comment, Senior Superintendent Howard Chambers, who is the commanding officer for the St. Catherine North Division, said he was not aware of the so-called death list. It is the first that I'm hearing about this list of names, but I can tell you that a number of persons' lives are at risk, Chambers said. The senior crime fighter said the men and women under his command are working assiduously to restore peace and order in the blood-soaked parish. We have a number of gang-related activities taking place within a very small space between Valdez Road and Homestead. We have been doing a series of operations, and importantly, we have been getting the support from other sections of the force, specialized operations, CTOC, the military, and we have been doing routine and non-routine types of operations, high visibility type of operations, Chambers said. A state of public emergency was declared for St. Catherine on June 17. It will run for at least 14 days. More claims of innocence from gang accused. As the accused members of the Wandon gang continue to disassociate themselves from criminal antecedents, another described himself Thursday as just an innocent homebody who does not even know what a gun looks like. The defendant, Dylan McLean, was identified by a former top-tier member as one of the gang's scouts and bodyguard for reputed gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan. The prosecution witness, who had also claimed to be one of Bryan's drivers, had told the court that he had seen McLean removing an Intratec submachine gun from his roof and also saw him with a gun in the Shelter Rock community in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. But the 26-year-old warehouse attendant, while giving an unsworn statement Thursday, said the witness was not being truthful. He declared that he was innocent of all charges. This man even come telling lies that I have a gun in my roof and I don't have a board top, sir. All of my house are concrete. This man even say I look out for the gang and bodyguard for a man, which, sir, sometimes if I'm at home, I'll be on my wall taking Wi-Fi and a lady across the shop would always see me all the time, he said, while insisting that he had no knowledge about the witness's claims. I have never owned a gun yet or fired a gun yet. And this man said me have an Introtech submachine gun. I don't even know how a gun looks, sir, McLean said before laughing briefly. Defendant Ted Prince, in his unsworn statement, told the court that he was just a shoemaker and that he knew nothing about the gang. When me not build shoes, me work on construction site. Me don't know nothing about this witness or nothing, but no shooting or suspicion of no shooting. Me's a hard-working man, he said. Prince sought to cast doubt on the witness's integrity, denying a claim that he had once been shot, but the defendant insisted that he had never been shot since birth. Prince also denied the witness's report that he had shot and killed a man at a hardware store in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and that he had followed the gang to fisheries in the parish, where a couple was murdered and their house set ablaze. I don't know this man from nowhere, for him to be telling all these lies on me, Prince said. The two men were the last of the 26 defendants, who have given unsworn and sworn statements in their respective cases. Two other defendants have opted to remain silent. However, the defense case is not yet closed, as about 4 lawyers are awaiting the custody book from the Spanish Town Police Station and the prisoner's admission book from Horizon Adult Remand Center. The documents have been subpoenaed. The trial has been adjourned until Monday. Newly rebuilt Hopewell Market in Hanover opens. More than 24 vendors will be occupying the newly rebuilt Hopewell Market in Hanover, which was officially opened on Thursday by Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie. The modern facility, constructed at a cost of approximately $23 million, replaces the old market that had fallen into disrepair. The rebuilt structure boasts new stalls, fish and meat areas, storage, bathrooms, and other amenities to enhance the experience of vendors and buyers. It will serve a population of some 6,000 people who live in and around the township. In his address, McKenzie said the government recognizes the importance of markets as a center of commerce in rural towns and, as such, has been rehabilitating facilities across the island. Since 2016, the government, led by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, has spent quite a lot on markets across the country, said McKenzie. We built a brand new market in Port Maria at a cost of $60 million. We built a brand new market in Falmouth in Trelawney. This market in Hopewell was not renovated, but instead, we built an entirely new market for the vendors and the residents, he noted. The local government minister said work on the Hopewell market was completed within budget and took into consideration the recommendations of vendors who were engaged prior to and during the construction. He urged the vendors that in addition to protecting the infrastructure, they should also ensure that they pay their market fees. Understand that the market fees are what you use to maintain the place. More people will be employed now. So you have bathrooms, you need attendants. You have a new facility, you need to have security. The place needs to be kept clean, so it means new persons have to be employed, McKenzie pointed out. He noted that the government, since 2016, has spent more than $700 million to carry out various improvements in Hanover. We made a commitment to deliver, and that is what we're delivering, he said. Vendor Junior Gordon, who will be occupying the new market, told JS News that he feels good about the new and improved facility. He said that during the construction phase, they were relocated to a car park, but noted that the vendors are now starting to occupy the new market. He gave a commitment on behalf of the other vendors to protect their space and keep it clean. I think we'll have more customers because they'll be shopping in greater comfort. We appreciate the new market, and I hope they'll come and shop with us, said Gordon. A distinguished and exemplary campaign, PM Lord's Johnson Smith following Secretary General defeat. Prime Minister Andrew Holness today commended Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Kamina Johnson Smith, for what he called a distinguished and exemplary campaign for Commonwealth Secretary General. Johnson Smith was defeated by the incumbent Baroness Patricia Scotland at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Rwanda today. Scotland received 27 votes to Johnson Smith's 24. Jamaica remains deeply proud of Minister Johnson Smith, and we're happy to have put forward such a strong, credible and competent candidate, Holness said in a statement. Her candidature won the respect and admiration of many countries within our Commonwealth family and brought prominence to Jamaica and her ability to contest within such a large international institution, Holness continued. The Prime Minister extended congratulations to Scotland and expressed Jamaica's support for the Commonwealth. Jamaica continues to believe in the Commonwealth, its diversity, and its potential to deliver for its people. Jamaica reports 150 new COVID cases, 5 deaths. Jamaica reported 150 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 fatalities on Thursday, According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, this pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 142,161 and the death toll to 3,112. Of the newly reported cases, there were 94 females and 56 males, with ages ranging from 9 months to 85 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 38, St. Catherine 35, St. Anne 22, St. James 13, Clarendon 10, Manchester 8, St. Thomas 7, Trelawney 6, St. Elizabeth 5, Hanover 4, and Westmoreland 2. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are an 81-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in June 2021, a 75-year-old man from St. Anne, whose death was recorded in June 2021, a 90-year-old man from St. Anne, whose death was recorded in June 2021, a 77-year-old woman from St. Anne, whose death was recorded in June 2021, and a 54-year-old man from Clarendon, whose death was previously recorded under investigation in July 2021. 2 more deaths were reported under investigation, and another was reported as coincidental. The country also recorded 85 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 90,387. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 21%. There are 114 people hospitalized, 3 of them critically ill. There are 1,713 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.